Hi guys, and welcome back to another fly fishing video. So this week I'm changing tact. I've left the boats behind and I'm standing on the banks of the iconic River Test here on the Broadlands estate. Hopefully I'll be enjoying some fantastic sport with the lady of the stream, or the Grayling as it's better known. Ian Pinder and myself will be spending a couple of days up on the river practicing for the upcoming Broadlands Grayling Classic. Although it's labelled a competition, this is more a gathering of old friends and it should be a fantastic event. So without further ado, let's get into it. If you have followed the channel for a while, you will know that this is an event that I really enjoy. The pursuit of grayling is what started me on my journey to fishing rivers. River fishing has taken me all over the world, including Norway, Slovenia, France, the Czech Republic, and even all the way to the United States. In this video then, I want to show you a glimmer of one of the most iconic rivers in the world. Steeped in history and tradition, I will take you through the tackle, tactics and flies I'll be using while practicing for the competition. It'll be good to shake out the river kit once again and try and get a few grayling to the net. Let's talk about my setups. First, I like to carry two rods with me for both practice and the competition. The reason for this is I can switch between two different methods very quickly. At this time of year, you can get a hatch and grayling are more than happy to rise to the occasion. This window of opportunity can be brief and it's important to be ready to take full advantage. That said, my primary line of attack will be a Euro nymphing. French, Czech, whatever you wish to call it. For the purposes of this video, we'll just call it nymphing. Grayling spend a lot of their time on the bottom of the riverbed, and nymphing is probably the percentage way of targeting them. So, my dry fly rod today, which will also double up as a light duo and bung rod if required, is the Witchwood Drift XL, 9'6" for a 3 weight. I have coupled this with the Witchwood RS2 reel. It has a weight forward floating line to match the rod. To this I have a tapered leader which finishes at a tip ring. I can add whatever is required to the tip ring fairly quickly. I also carry pre-made traces for quick changes in a competition session. Time is short and the more you have your flies on or in the water, the more chance you have of catching a fish. I do this even on pleasure days. As the days grow shorter, I want to get the maximum fishing time from the daylight hours available. Guys, if you're enjoying the content, please don't forget to give the video a like. Consider subscribing to the channel, it's absolutely free and you can unsubscribe at any time. It really does help with channel growth and it encourages me to make more videos. Let's jump straight back in. The next rod then is a 10-foot Hanak Superb for a 3 weight. I love this rod. It's responsive, light and copes with the smallest fish to some of the bigger ladies. I usually have this paired with a Hanak reel. Normally I would have a backing and a fly line attached, but as I wanted it set up fairly quickly, I just used backing braid and attached a pre-made French leader directly to that. I am using an inline indicator that's made up from the core of Miracle braid. This is attached by a 3-ton water knot and again has a micro ring at the end. That's enough of tackle for now. If you would like more details on how I set up to fish for grayling, perhaps I could make a video over the winter months. Let me know in the comments section below if this is something that would interest you. I started with the double nymph rod, leaving my dry fly rod on the bank. Early in the morning it is very unlikely that you're going to get a hatch. The brown trout do not know that they are out of season and they are more than happy to take bugs designed to catch grayling. Using the double nymph rod, I was soon into sport. Have the right weight for the correct flow of water and you are bound for success. Usually for lunch I would simply have a sandwich and a bottle of juice, and that would be me. But today, Ian had brought along his mobile barbecue and we were going to have a feast. He'd also brought some bratwurst direct from Germany with currywurst sauce All I had to do was make myself a hot drink and bring the bread rolls. After lunch we decided to wander up the river and try some other spots. There is something very relaxing about river fishing, even when in competition. I always feel like I've got all the time in the world. The truth is, I've hardly got any time. Between making the videos, it's very difficult to get some fishing in. That's why it's always a big bonus when the fish join in straight from the get-go. As the day started to warm up, I was more inclined to reach for my duo rod. It had a buoyant sedge pattern, and off the bend of the hook I had 3 to 4 foot of tippet to a very small size 16 Mary nymph. This proved extremely successful and I took fish after fish. Although the fish were not shoaled up like they usually are, there were plenty in the river system. The river was being extremely kind to me and it threw up big fish after big fish. As the day wore on though, and the sun started to go down, Ian's earlier dunking in the river was starting to catch up with him and the cold was seeping in. So we decided to call it a day there. Well, what an extraordinary day's sport. We've had some fantastic fish. There hasn't been very many small fish today, which is a little worrying because that's kind of the bread and butter of the competition angler. I've maybe had 30 to 33 fish today, and I would say maybe 10 of them were in the sort of 35 to 45 bracket, which is a great day's fishing by anyone's standard. Unfortunately, Ian fell in just before lunch and had a good swim, 25 metres, he's winning medals. But he's starting to feel the cold a little bit now, his feet are a bit cold. He did have a dry bag thankfully, though he has got warm clothing on. But he's getting on in years and aren't we all? And we're going to just call it a day a little bit early. So Ian and I have covered from the fishing hut down to the motorway. That's been our job today, just to see what the fishing's like. We intend to fish the entire Broadlands section, so on Wednesday when we come, the weather might not be as favourable as it is today. We're going to fish from the hut up and we'll cover the water that we've not seen today. Just gives us an idea of how the river's fishing in general. Now the long range weather forecast is a little worrying, so we're expecting quite a bit of rain on Wednesday and Thursday, so that will bring the river up. Hopefully it will drop away in time for the competition on Saturday and Sunday, but we'll just need to keep our fingers crossed and wait and see. So next week the video will be all about the competition itself. Thanks for watching and I'll see you in the next one.